Hello, racing fans. Welcome back to the channel for another episode in the series. We are back with our weekend preview. This weekend, we've actually got Ascot and Haydock. We're going to cover 6 races, 4 from Ascot, 2 from Haydock, and we'll bring you a combined lucky 15 at the end of the show. Liam's had a little bit of an emergency, so we can't join us for this episode. But what we do have is Ollie Gedge. How's things, Ollie? You well?
Very well, mate. Very well. Yeah, looking forward to this and look forward to next week. Christmas is such a good period, and I love Canton, love Leopardstown. So yeah, looking forward to it, mate.
Yeah, we're just getting all of the entries now as well, slowly sort of coming through. Looks like a few surprises actually from some of the entries so far.
Yeah.
Ollie, where can people find you if they want
On
to get in
X, just
contact?
Ollie Gedge Racing. I'll try and get as much as I can on there. I do the old tip on a Saturday, on us all weekends really, but
Hmm.
yeah, mainly just on X at the moment, mate.
Yeah, all right, cool. Well, look, we'll pop Ollie's link in the description below so you can come over and follow him out. Always worth checking out Ollie's content too. Jamie, are you okay? How's things?
All good, man. Good to see Ollie on the channel. And tough day at work, but we can't complain.
Yeah,
So we'll
yeah.
move on. Well, hopefully, we'll tip 6 winners in a row.
Yeah, you got some good stuff for this weekend, do you think?
Uh,
It's
yeah, it's
ropey,
all
isn't
right.
it?
It's all right.
Ropey.
It's all right.
It's
It's
tough, isn't
fine.
it?
It's fine. I'm going to be taking you on big time in a big race. Yeah.
Oh, you, how dare you? I already know
Oh
what's
no!
coming
How
there,
dare
though.
you
Go on, Ollie,
taking
what were
on?
you going to say?
I always think like this time leading up just before Christmas, before we see like the real big guns, I always think it's like the lead up to Cheltenham, isn't it? Like
Yeah,
those couple of weeks
Yeah.
before the big meetings and the big
yeah,
races. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's some big names out and some good racing, but we are just kind of in that lull period now, aren't we? Just building up to
Yeah.
Christmas.
yeah. We want to see who the superstar novices are and things like that,
Yeah.
don't we? Sort of that are coming out of Christmas. I don't know about you guys, but it does feel like it's been a little bit slower this season with the build-up. Mullins clearly isn't firing as well, but hopefully
Next
that
week he
means,
will be. Don't worry
yeah,
about that.
exactly.
Next
Well,
week he will be.
that's the thing, Ollie, and hopefully next week we get a bit of a bumper sort of week of the good stuff, like, and we'll find out who are the 2 milers, who's potentially going to be at 2 mile 4. Some people are already jumping to conclusions about horses saying they're not going to be ready, and if so, they can always start the DRF. We saw Madgeborough sort of do it, didn't we? He was second to
Yeah.
Cargasi in the Spring Juvenile, still managed to win at the festival. So plenty of people
Oh,
panicking,
was
but
that the
plenty
day
of
you
big
told
names.
me Manchester won't win the Triumph Joe when you were standing right next
Well,
to me?
yeah, but I was on a high, wasn't I? Because I've
Oh,
been
you were on
banging
a
on
high.
about
Yeah, you were on a
banging on
high.
about Cargasi for that race
Yeah.
for ages, and she got it done. But yeah, Madgeborough was brilliant. Right,
I
anyway,
bring him back down to earth quickly, Ollie. Watch
yeah,
me.
yeah, you did. That was my favorite moment though last year. I just to say again, that was awesome. We were all stood in the crowd. We were all on her. There's about 10 of us up in there. Brilliant stuff. Anyway, right, we've got plenty of time for the Christmas stuff in our preview next week with Adam Mills. But we're gonna go straight onto the racing. Oh, have I just given it away? What was that, Gene? Your face.
I don't know what's going on, Joe.
Oh, well, we can see you and hear
All
you.
good, all good. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
fine.
good, good.
Just
So
kind of went clicky clicky there.
I thought I said something I wasn't meant to say. Right,
No,
let's get stuck straight into it then, gents. We're going to go to Ascot first. For the 2 mile, 5 furlong Howden graduation chase, we got Firefox in the lineup here at 15 to 8. I've got a feeling the intention is to come, considering they're bringing Honesty Policy and a few others. You got a Roko at 5 to 2, James de Burley at 3 to 1, Blue King at 6 to 1, and then pretty much any price you like for the remainder. First off, those lads, Operation Grand National, is that what's underway here for Oroko?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Think so,
definitely.
Ollie?
Yeah, I would have thought so. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a bit boring, but I think Firefox is going to take all the beating there.
Hmm.
I just think, I, like you look through some of the lists, like De Capo, Leave of Absence. I think they're just. I don't mean to be rude, but they are handicappers at
Hmm.
best.
No, they
I
are.
think
Yeah,
if
I
you look
agree.
at Firefox's form, was it last time out when he was at Down Royal? He beat Gorgeous Tom, who's then run fourth in a Hennessy off a mark of 151. I think that's by far the best form in this race. And I know it's a bit boring 2 to 1, but I think he's going to take a lot of beating there.
Nothing boring about winners, Ollie. Winners, winners, winners is all we want. But I agree, Jamie. You in the same boat?
yeah, yeah, I totally agree. Look, the only one, Joe, I have a soft spot for old Blue King
Hmm.
Daru each way 6 to 1. I couldn't put anyone off because he kind of likes Ascot as well. Like probably going right-handed is probably his bag. He
Good.
would
He was
be.
good last time, wasn't he? Good, really good
Yeah, he
last
was
time. To
good
be
the
fair
last
to
time,
him.
and look, he is good around Ascot. He's a mark of 147. He gets £4 from Firefox's 154. But exactly what Ollie's saying, like, you know what I mean? You're beating Gorgeous Tom. He ran very well the last day against Panic Attack in the old
Mm.
Hennessy, the Coral Gold Cup. So, look, this was the race last year of, the old brigade when Jungle Boogie, who used to call
Yeah,
me Jungle
that
Boogie, won
was
this
brilliant.
race last year. Same race. I think it's Firefox is the win bet. I think the each way is Blue King Daru. The rest, like, look, we all know Oroco is only up for one day and one day only.
Mm.
But yeah, it's quite simple. Win bet only is Firefox. If you want to go each way against it, it's Blue King Daru for me.
Is it a bit? Does it bring the jukebox man form into question a little bit as well? Because Iroka was only 2.5 lengths behind him at Haydock, wasn't he? And we're all talking
The
about him as a.
jukebox man won't be in the first four in the King George.
It might not suit him, will it? Really, going
No.
from the front. 'Cause he's going to have plenty of.
And I like the jukebox man,
Yeah,
but
I do.
no,
I
there's
do.
too many good horses now after Factifile going in now as well. Like,
He's quite
He
one-dimensional,
is.
I think, as well. I think he needs to go from the front, just bowl
yeah,
along,
yeah,
and
yeah,
if
yeah,
it gets
yeah.
tactical, he might.
The thing
He might
is,
flip
you
it.
know, Joe, not being smart, we're going into the King George. Ile France is going to go out in front. I mean,
I
like,
don't know if
did
he'll
you?
come over. I don't even know if he'll
Oh,
come over.
he's going. Yeah,
Yeah.
Ile France will go out in front. If the
Either
jukebox
way,
man wants to take him on, best of luck.
yeah. Well, either way though, there's Gaelic's going to be prominent, isn't he? They're not going to
No,
ride
I
him
think
to
they'll hold
speed.
him up.
Do you?
I think Paul Town will be only tracking
Okay.
one horse. And
Okay. All right.
it's not going to be Django anymore, or Liam's going to kill me.
Yeah. No,
It's going
that's
to be
fine.
Factifile.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll get to that next week, but I'm in agreement with the boys. He runs over 2 mile 5 here, Firefox. I wouldn't mind seeing him over 3 miles, He has been tried at the shorter trips and he's done okay. Like we said, that form last time behind beating Gorgeous Tom's pretty solid too. But he has been done by a few 2 mileage. I wouldn't mind seeing him even up to 3 miles next time out. But it's a unanimous decision there for Firefox with a small touch each way on Blue King the route for Jaime. Right, we're going to go on to the 225 at Ascot, the long walk hurdle, the grade one over 3 miles and half a furlong. I cannot wait for this race. Well, anyone that follows us will already be aware that Honesty Policy is my idea of the Stayers Hurdle winner this year. So I'd like to see him obviously winning this race. He does come here first time out the season. Jaime, you said you're taking me on. You going with Henderson's horse then?
Yeah, I am. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
I think he's
Okay.
really good. I think
He's
he's good.
definitely
Look, Joe. The old. It reminds me of that. What's the name? The Lavelle horse. This
Paisley Park.
Paisley Park. It just reminds me of horses coming from handicaps. Look, this is a very good race, but I'm very disappointed. There's no bit of a Bob Ollinger or bit of a Hidden Valley Lake in this.
I thought they might bring him
Yeah,
over.
I thought they were going to
Yeah.
come over, to be honest, and that's a bit of a shame. Look, you can't knock Cranboy. They were going for three long walks in a row.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He loves Ascot. Jet Blues in here, who's stepping up as well. Nemean Lion might be in here. Alta Belly, who's good form around Ascot. But in all fairness, it should be between the two McManus's horses. But Impose Etoile has run has fitness edge over Honesty Policy. Like Honesty Policy has £5 unofficial racing defined, but the only thing is that people are latching on, like yourself, Joe, and like you've seen it that Honesty Policy nearly beat the horse that I thought originally was going to win the Stayers
Yeah.
Hurdle in Jasmine DeVoe. So you gotta love that form line, and I wouldn't discredit it at all. But it's because Impose Etoile has had the run 3-1. I think is a great bet. Each way, I'm going to be sentimental. I'd have to go to a Crambo at
You
nine to
worried
one.
that he's not coming in fresh though at all, with Crambo?
No, I wouldn't worry about that at all. I wouldn't worry, but he's getting on. But look, he loves Ascot, and he's always discredited. But the run, the last, even though he was getting £6, he's off level weight to a strong leader. It's just he's behind the bridle, and the Bindford. There was a little bit more left in the £6 the last day at Newbury, I thought.
Travelled all
And
over
I
it, didn't he, to
love
be fair?
horses like that. You know, like Stairs
Mm.
Hurdles horses are built on that. And I think Impose Etoile will win. I think onto the Stairs Hurdle. I backed it for Stairs Hurdle as cover for the Yellow Clay. I know I put Yellow Clay up as my first Ante-post bet, but I have backed Impose Etoile, and people might crib me. But if you back one horse for one race in Cheltenham, you will be in the poorhouse for the rest of your life. So, no, Impose Etoile.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough, mate. Fair. And he did show a fair bit of speed whilst like sort of sitting on the bridle still. And he's got a bit of Cheltenham form there too. So you'd have
Second to Jimmy Desai.
exactly, yeah, and that's starting to work out nicely. He's been well back today as well for the Browns. He's into about 5-1 now.
Hmm.
Jimmy DeSoy. No, I'm a big fan of Honesty Policy. He went from winning that point in October to becoming a Grade One winner in April, and then on his first attempt up to 3 miles, like we said, he was real close behind Jasmine DeVoe. You said as well, James, obviously he has got £5 to find on ratings, but he's so much more lightly raced. He's only a 5-year-old, and I think there's going to be plenty more to come. I do think the market's got this right between the top two. Um, Ollie, anything in here? Potter's Charm, a little bit.
Yeah,
What do you think of Potter's Charm?
I'm in agreement with Jamie. Again, I backed him for the stairs as well. I thought
Nice.
he was brilliant at Newbury. I,
Mm,
I know it didn't. It was like officially half a length or something in the end, but you could have picked him out a mile out.
mm,
He was always going to win that. He travelled so well. And like Jamie said, he's got the race fitness on the side against Honesty Policy. Honesty Policy's got some great form last season. But I just think this is a division that needs a couple of novices to shake it up. If you look at the stayers like Tupa and Ballyburn coming back over
mm,
hurdles and stuff,
mm.
Bob Ollinger, we need a group of top novices to come and really shake it up. And I think Impose Etoile off the back of that run at Newbury, I think he was brilliant. And yeah, I'm all in on him as well. Again, I think Potter's Chum, didn't he run at Weatherby over 3 miles when he fell? I would like to see him over 3 miles because that race behind Woodoo and Celtic Dino, that's not terrible form.
Mm,
So eight
mm.
to one, if you wanted an each way shout's not too bad. But yeah, Impose Etoile for me. 3 to 1 seems a pretty fair price.
Yeah, okay, fair enough, fair enough. One for honesty policy and two for impose étoile. Jane, what about you with Potter's Charm? 6 runs over hurdles last year. They've already got given him two within sort of 4 weeks, 5 weeks. He's
Yeah, I
having
actually kind of, I actually, funny enough, you say that, Joe. I actually back Woodhu, but I back Potter's Charm as well because he drifted to each way
mm,
bet on the day. I actually like him, and I thought he actually would have won that day at Wetherby. I think he'd have beaten strong leader and take no chances. So you can't discount him. Exactly what Ollie says. You just can't discount him. Why have they kept him over hurdles? So that's definitely something to think about. Do you know what I mean? And there's something there. And he might show it on Saturday. So he might
mm.
exactly what Ollie says. What I say, Crambo each way. I wouldn't put you off Potter Sham each way either.
Hmm. I just wonder if he needs it a little bit softer than what we've seen. That's
Hmm.
all. Like
Yeah.
his last 6 starts have been between 145 and 146 on official ratings, and I don't necessarily feel like those first 2 runs are going to help him improve. They
Hmm.
heavily campaigned him last year. I just wonder if he needs to come out a little bit more fresh. But perhaps that's why they dropped him in trip last time out, so they can give him a second start
Yeah,
over
yeah.
3 miles here, and hopefully that then sees him, sees the best of him. But look, lads, I must admit, I am going to go against you. I think honesty policy is a good bet here. But I'd be happy to see the JP horses as 1-2, to be honest, either way, because then they'd be both bona fide contenders for the race in March. Okay, we move on to the 3 o'clock at Ascot. We've got the Howden Silver Club handicap chase over 3 miles. Really good race here. We've got Blow Your Wad at 4-1, Victorino at fives, Johnny Who at 6-1 if he lines up. You've got Pick Rock at sevens, Henry's Friend at eight, Deep Cave at 10-1, and then any price you like for the remainder. Ollie, we'll come back to you for this one. Have you got a fancy in here, or it's quite a
Yeah,
tough
I do.
race to
Yeah,
narrow down?
I like 300 through five.
Do you? Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
I think he's about 16 to 1 at the moment.
Hmm.
I think he was third in the race last year off a mark of 155, but before finishing second by nose to Victorino in the Swinley, is it? Off a mark of 153.
Hmm.
And he comes in here off a mark of 150, I think. So I think just on that base form, he should go close. I mean, he's second and third off of top weight. And I think you've got Garlaw in there, which is top weight. And I think he's got a racing weight of 11.10, I believe. He had to carry top weight in the Badger Beers first time out, but I think you can give a horse any kind of, you can let him off once, a
Hmm.
seasonal reappearance off
Yeah.
top weight, difficult for any horse. So yeah, a bit of a price, 16 to 1 each way. I think that's very fair.
Yeah, fair. Definitely is up for a course and distance winner too. Jamie, do you like the Nichols runner?
No, I actually like two in here, Joe. I like people now going to call me Bossman now here. I actually like the Henderson horse here. Um, if the ground stays good, you can't discount Highland because he wants good ground. Obviously, he was beaten by Casadori last year in the old racing post chase at Kempton in February, but he's done £4 from that off a mark of 143. He's obviously highly tried in the Grand National. So I'm hoping for no rain. So I can't, like, if you get 4 or 5 places each way on the day, look, he won't be 14 to 1 by Saturday, probably about 10 to 1, probably like that. I couldn't put anybody, obviously, off 143. He was second, obviously, to Jukebox Man last year in the Quarter Star. Do you know what I
Hmm.
mean? Better the ground, the better his chance. So if it stays good, I can't not discredit him at 14 to 1. And the other horse that I really like, I've backed this horse and won me plenty of money, and he's 33 to 1. and it's Your Darling. Has massive space out in these races. Has had obviously returned at Ascot on the 21st of November. He finished 4 of 4. Last of four, sorry, 2.5 miles on good ground. But last year in May in 2024, he was one off a mark of 137, which he's only a pound higher than, and he beat a horse that skeleton is called Miles from Wicklow. He beat him by 3.5 lengths. So look, he's had his run. I always think he's better right-handed. Look, he's never probably he hasn't won over. Yeah, he won great like over three. He hasn't really won over 3 miles. His trip is 2.5. But I think the better the ground like him, the better his chance. I know he's won in soft ground and everything, so a bit of soft ground wouldn't discredit him. But look, I think he's a little bit of a scrape each way at 33 to 1. But I think the ground stays good. I think Highland is the right chance. Yeah, 14 to 1 him, and Your Darling 33 to 1. If you get 4 or 5 places on day, you might get one of them each way.
Yeah, Your Darling won here as well last season, I think, as well on faster ground. So either
He
ground for the
did,
big
yeah,
game,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, over 2.5
Yeah,
miles.
thought so.
2 years ago, 24th of November, yeah, same time of
Yeah,
year, yeah.
I remember the race. It's funny. It's funny you mentioned that. I do remember the race, and either ground were probably
He
suited
beat
him, wasn't it?
Phlegmatic.
Ah, interesting. Yeah, I remember it was when you mentioned Miles from Wicklow, same
Yeah.
silks. That's what reminded me of
I
the
think
race coming.
Phlegmatic then went on that year, the following year in the race in post chase the year before Highland, and it was second beaten on the line by
That's
our
a good.
power, I think.
Yeah, got chinned. That's right. Yeah, you got
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So I wouldn't discredit him because he's 10-year old now, Your Darling. So they're going to be a couple of days, not like
Yeah,
he's going to have to try one day before he get
yeah.
retires. So I think he's massive at a 33 to 1, to be honest with you. But it's him or Highland, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, I probably looked at it slightly different and gone with Victorino, just the course and distance winner. Um, look again, we mentioned I put two up for Venetia Williams in today's race with Charlie Deutsch and got a pretty poor ride on the one and then fell on the other. But the better horses from the Venetia yard have been running well, as we've mentioned, like Jello and Royal Pagaille, and it's quite obvious that Victorino is going to be mapped out for this. I don't mind his mark of 146 either. That's it's only a few pounds higher than last season. I don't see why that will stop him as well when he's such a course specialist. He obviously will need everything probably to go right for him, but he's plenty versatile when it comes to tactics. And you're probably going to need a bit of tactical pace in here because Henry's friend's going to go forward. Pickrock's going to sit off behind the pace. And that should bring Victorino, I think, nicely into this race. So slightly different angle. I'd take a muggy each way bet at Victorino at 5 to 1 because I can't really see him being out of the first three. Okay, or four places. You might even get that, depending on how many runners. We move on to the 3:35 at Ascot, the 2 mile Rotary Club Festive Handicap Hurdle. Good ground again, just to mention, scheduled for this weekend at the moment on the hurdles course. And this is a proper race, I think. We've got Mondo Man, Alexei, Willful, Fiercely Proud, Houndvine, Indivar Blue. Plenty of horses even further down in the market that you can probably make a decent case for. I've got two I like in the race. I don't like Mondo Man. Problem is when you're backing a horse like Mondo Man at such a short price, he's so quirky. You don't know if he's going to turn up. And if you're backing a horse at 5 to 2, you don't want to be a horse that's too quirky. You want to know you're going to potentially get the best out of him. And even though marker 1, 2, 3 might look good in comparison to his flat form, I think he was off 105 on the flat. He needs to settle to beat these sort of horses. You've got like Alexei, Fiercely Proud. These are horses that have been winning good handicaps and they're never doing any better than they are at the finish. So I don't know if either of you two fancy Mondo Man, but he wouldn't be on my radar. No,
No,
Jane?
not at all for me. No, I
No.
think 5 to 2 is a shocking price. I mean, he might
Mm,
well win, but like you say, there's
He's
enough negatives
priced on
about him.
Lulamba last year.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hype, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah.
I think this is quite simple, Joe. I know he's well shown. It's 147. Alexei wins. They wanted to run him in the Christmas hurdle. I'm like, he can go on good ground. He's won a good deferment Taunton. So he's probably the only one that actually he can go on any ground. Like it was an actual squelch bat when I was there at the November meeting when he won the Greatwood. Oh my god, I think he's
Mm.
mustard. Um 4 to 1 is crazy price. He should be favourite. And yeah, he'll win. Alexei will win.
And
I'm very confident.
this is the difference as well between him and Mondo Man. Alexei, you know exactly what you're going to get. You're going to get a strong traveller who jumps well and he's going to be strong at the finish. Mondo Man, quirky jumper, not necessarily been strong at the finish, and you don't even know if he's
Yeah.
going to turn up. So 5 to 2, shocking. Um, I'll just quickly mention as well that I'm a massive fan here of Alexei too. He is the one I came down on. I will mention my each way shout in a minute, but He just looks far too good for me. I just like the fact that he comes back to Ascot as well. I think he'll be even better here than what he was last time out at Cheltenham. Just a really likable sort. They're tinkering with the idea of a potential champion hurdle tilt. It's going to have to be better than this, isn't he, Ollie? If he's going to get that sort of, get
Yeah, I
himself
mean,
into
I
that
was
picture.
looking through this race and I was just trying to get too clever with it. I think, and I just kept coming back to Alexi.
Yeah,
And
cool.
I think my general rule of thumb is with horses like this is if they're progressing like they are, you've got to stay with them until you're not.
Yeah,
You know
sure,
what I mean? If
sure,
they keep
sure.
showing progression, I mean, I didn't think he was going to be able to cope up with the rising weight in the Greatwood. And then you look back at that and
Just
you go,
bolted it, didn't he?
there's no reason why I can't improve again. Yeah, like you say, 4 to 1's a great price. One next to him in the market actually I quite like is Willful.
Okay.
The form from the Welsh champion hurdle behind Alexi and Celtic Dino's worked out pretty well, and he's only gone
Mm.
up a pound for that, whereas Alexi's now £20
Yeah,
higher.
yeah, yeah.
So I would give him a little bit of a shout. It's a little bit of a better price, but nah, Alexi for me, 4 to 1's a great price.
Good stuff. Yeah, well, all across the board there for Alexi. I do just want to mention, stick to the plan for Ollie Murphy and Sean Bowen. Obviously, he won the Persian War.
Leave him off to the County Record Cup, Joe.
Yeah, maybe so, maybe so. He just shouldn't be 25 to 1 this weekend, though, James, as well. It was
No,
off a
you
mark
shouldn't
of
be. No, no,
142.
no, you shouldn't.
Um, he was ridden for speed when he won the Persian War over slightly further, and it just didn't fall his way last time out at Haydock. That wasn't the real stick to the plan. We know that. But he goes back here on good ground, which he's going to really, really enjoy. He's a pure speed horse, which is why they had to ride him from the back in the Persian War to make sure they could use him for speed at the end. This will suit him much more than it will last time out at Haydock. I'd be quite happy to draw a line through that. And providing he's declared, his price is obviously going to deteriorate by the time he declares for anyone listening. But I'd be happy to take a punt on him each way. 25s at the moment just seems obscene. But at the same time, I'm a big fan of this Alexi, and I'd like to see him sort of maintain that, that winning streak and improve through the ranks.
To
So
say if they think he might be a champion hurdle horse, as he said, he'll be winning this off 147, won't he?
yeah, well, this is where they'll
I think
find out now, won't they? I
if he's as
suppose.
good as they think he is,
Yeah,
he's
this will
like,
probably determine the route they go down as well. Like he
yeah,
might even go straight to Cheltenham, or
yeah.
even maybe run on something like Trials Day,
Yeah, he has been on
international
the go a
system,
bit,
and
and
then
you think like 3 runs like before this side of
yeah.
Christmas, you wouldn't want to get too much more into him if you wanted to go for a race like that, would you?
Exactly, and that's the exact problem that well, not they had, but the Twist and Davis team had last year with Potter's
Yeah,
Charm, wasn't it? You
yeah.
can't go to Cheltenham having 5 real tough races and the one coming real soon behind it as well. So yeah, look, it will tell us a lot anyway. This weekend for Alexi with regards to his future. Right, we've got two over at Haydock. We've got the 3 mile, 1.5 furlong handicap chase on soft ground at Haydock quite typically. I struggled here, lads, I must admit, but we've got Jack's Parrot at 9 to 2, Grand Jest at 5s, Saladin's Son at 6s, Famous Bridge at 8s. My Silver Lining's a nice mare at 8 to 1, but she's been out of form for some time. Top of the bill for the Twist and Davis team are in a good bit of form this week, and any price you like for the remainder. Jamie Wrenn?
Uh, this is the form of the last stage, Joe, with top of the bill winning. He won that race the last day on the 22nd of November. It was the Betfair Exchange handicap chase. Saladin Sun, it was £7. Sorry, 7 lengths behind it. And then Wawa was 14 lengths behind with Sean Bowen on. Look, Toby McCamish is going to be on again. He's jacked up. He's a £5 claimer. So, look, it's the same thing as saying that he's up this and he's down this. But he's up to Marco 147, which I couldn't have in a month of Sundays. So, he was given £13, must have £8 to Wawa. Now, Wawa was in the race, 14 lengths. He's been dropped £2 from 120 to 118. He won a beginner's chase. I was there at Clarny one year off 111 with Brian Cooper aboard. So he's £7 higher, which is nothing when it comes to Irish to English form. Now he's getting a whooping 147 to 118. So he's nearly getting 2 stone from top of the bill here. And he's 10 stone 1. So he gets in the handicap. He's off a mark of 118. Third to last day at the top of the bill. He's 14 to 1. I think it's massive. I think he's
Is
an each way bet to nothing. And yeah, I really like him. And he can go on any ground, but obviously the softer he won yielding he's soft that day when I saw him in Clarny. So yeah, Wawa for me, 14 to 1 each way. I think he's a cracking bet.
similar to your darling there as well, like another 10-year-old here, Jamie, like not gonna have too many more big days.
Correct.
Yeah, yeah. And they've got Gavin Sheehan already jocked up for Ollie Murphy. So I suppose that tells us that's the intended plan with Sean Bowen
Yeah.
obviously at Ascot as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, interesting, yeah. Ollie, Anything to add?
Yeah, I actually use the same race as a bit of a form line, and yeah, I quite like Salad in the Sun actually.
Okay.
We're
Yeah, yeah.
second over course and distance on seasonal reappearance off the same mark here. And everything that Jamie said about top of the bill, I couldn't have him. He's gone up £9 for that. I know he won easy that day. He won by
Yeah.
about 7 lengths, but off a mark of 147, that's just
Mm.
much for me. The favourite's got to be considered running off the same mark as he did last year in the same race where he finished second. And he had a spin over hurdles at Bangor, I think, a couple of weeks ago. So that probably suggests that this has been the plan. Get him a little spin over hurdles. Let's go for this again. So yeah, it's a very tentative selection. It's a difficult race, but yeah, I'll maybe have a little small bit on Salad in the Sun, around about 6 to 1.
Perfect. Nice one, Ollie. Okay, and then we go to our final race of the day, which is the 240 at Haydock, the 2 mile, 3 furlong mares novice hurdle. This is a proper race, and we've actually got a runner here ourselves with a path to Ronda. It's been the plan. Hopefully, we're going to run here and then send her to the Jane Seymour, but obviously, we're going to need a decent run here. We were beat by Supreme Melinas last time out over sort of this sort of trip, but we do think that our mare's probably more of a 3 miler, so this again might not ideally suit her, but she should run a decent enough race because she's got plenty of speed. But I'd say even as a part owner, that would likely to find one too good. Jackie Hobbs here, Jamie. You spoke about her quite a bit. You quite like her chances, and I'm of the opposite opinion to you here. So you have to try and sell her to me a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. She won her 3 mile heavy ground point to point at Monk's Grange, Joe. Look, Holloway Queen hasn't been great for Henderson, but it's the one horse that was third behind it on the point by. It was good girl Kathleen, who won a 3 mile novice hurdle, given a great ride the last day by Donna Myler, beating Calypso Chance of Cork.
Yeah,
Won like a very good horse, but loved obviously the soft heavy ground. It was a Cork that day. It was nearly unraceable. Um, she won her novice hurdle at Newbury the last day, beating Saint Irene, and I backed her 13 to 8. And it was very good. It was really good. But look, you have to remember, she ran in the Grade 2 Mayor's Bumper at Aintree last year, this season.
another one, Shaolin one.
Show, Show one. But the second horse, Le Conqueror, has won twice over hurdles and looks like a
Yeah,
very good horse for Jamie Snowden. Kingston Queen was beaten the last day. Strong Run actually won the last day. Out Old School Outlaw beat Bambino Fever the last day. Remember that? So and Jackie Hobbs is only a link behind Old School Outlaw. So do you know what I mean?
love a good form line, don't you,
Love
James?
a good form line, and that's great form. Can go on any ground, one on good ground, one on soft ground. I think this is one of the bets the whole weekend. I think she should win, and Jackie Hobbs, yeah, I really like her.
Okay, Ollie, do you agree with Jane?
Yeah, I do actually. Yeah, I like Jackie Hobbs a
Cool.
lot. I do think it's difficult to split the top two in the market. They've both got pretty solid bumper form. Supreme Melinas does get £3 off Jackie Hobbs, but as Jamie said, that bumper form's really strong. And
Mm.
again, it's not. I wouldn't say I'm as strong as Jamie is on it. It's not a massive selection. It's not a race I'd really like to get too stuck into. But yeah, I think Jackie Hobbs will just win.
Yeah, okay, fair enough, gents, fair enough. I'm not a massive fan of Jack Hobbs Desire. We've only seen like sort of Jax Jr. really come out and do anything special. So we will find out again. We'll find out sort of maybe how good she is this weekend, and hopefully she lands for the lads. I'm actually quite interested in Alphonse here. Now you may not know much about her unless you follow sort of like the French racing, but she's by Cocorico, obviously out of Kumara Stud, who I'm a big fan of. Now it's hard to weigh up her French form at the minute, but she handles heavy conditions, which is more like soft ground in this side of the water. I don't see why conditions be any issue. The form's very hard to weigh up. But if you go back and watch her running style, she just finds everything so easy. It's just potential that she could be a class ahead of these, but I think she'll either win comfortably or won't get anywhere near. So I'll take a small swing there at Alphonse at 10 to 1 each way for George and Zetterholm. Okay, right. So they're the 6 races covered, gents. We are gonna go round. Any other bets anywhere else this weekend, Ollie? Or have you just looked at the main races so
Not
far?
no, I haven't had a massive look
That's all right.
elsewhere yet. But
I'm the same. I'm the same.
yeah, I've just yeah, I mean Firefox and Alexia, I think both for me. I think they both win.
Okay.
Simple as that.
James, you look anywhere else?
Yeah, I really like one Joe, a horse to follow. I put up. She's a mare trained by Henry de Bromley, and she's running the 157, the Boring Bell Novice Hurdle over 2 miles. It's a listed event. Hopefully there's no rain around Thurles, which would be a quagmire in the best of days. But look, when it dries out, because there's no watering system there,
Mm.
it dries out. So look, it was second. Sorry, one is bumper at Cork. Fourth the last day behind Flash Away for Charles Burns, my favourite trainer. Switch from Diesel was second. Second, obviously, the last day to the Henry de Bromhead trained. It's coming up my phone. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Echoing Silence, who I really like.
Med
So,
novice hurdle contender right there, Jaime.
yeah, exactly. And they both are. But Salsina was only 2 lengths behind on heavy ground. She won her bumper on good ground. So it's saying soft ground at the moment at Thurles, but the rain for there's not much rain forecast for the next couple of days. Hopefully, the better the ground, the better her chance. And I think she'd beat Boston Queen and the Amen Kate. So yeah, Salsina, watch her on Saturday, Thurles.
Cool, perfect. Right, and then what we'll do, as always, now obviously Liam isn't here, so we'd usually have a selection each. But what I think we should do is we'll chuck Alexei in as the fourth selection because we all agreed. You happy with that, first of all?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I am gonna jump ahead of you guys, and I'm chucking honesty policy, and I'm putting my neck on the line for him this weekend. Okay, so we've got honesty policy, Alexei. Is it going to be Firefox for you then, Ollie?
Yeah, I'll go Firefox. Yeah, again, he's short enough at 2-1, but I think he'll just win.
Perfect, that's fine. We want winners. And Jamie, better the weekend. Is it
or
Jackie
Jackie
Hobbs then?
Hobbs. Yeah, Jackie
Cool.
Hobbs.
There we go. I think that was quite an easy one to sort of narrow down. So the lucky 15 for this weekend is going to be Alexei, Honesty Policy, Firefox, and Jackie Hobbs, and hopefully we can get one of those landed. Okay, well that's the preview done and dusted, but we'd just like to give our guests sort of 5-10 minutes, Ollie. We'll just have a bit of a chat about where
Yeah.
you're at with Cheltenham. Everyone already knows where sort of we're at, and we're doing loads of other previews really. So I mean, who are your fancies? Have you got any strong fancy at the moment, or any strong
Well,
opinions
yeah,
in
I
the
mean, it's
divisions?
this time of year. I like to put up ones obviously at bigger prices. I am on Cope at the boards at sevens. I got quite
Yeah.
early on. I'm pretty happy with.
Yeah, I bet. I
Um,
bet.
and I'm on Dr. Dumanil for the Turners. I know Jamie didn't you put him up for the Bartlett this week. I'm on him at 25s for the Turners, but
Wow, yeah, great price.
I know he's been entered in the 2 mile maiden hurdle at Leopardstown, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
He
hopefully he's
might.
not too impressive.
Well, that's the thing, but is we haven't got the full entries out, so he might have even have an entry in one of the 2 mile 4 races yet as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, either way, I'm sat on 25s. I'm pretty happy with where I am. I put up quick Calixios in the champion chase, which again, I know Jamie did as well last week at 33s. I just think he's massive.
Big
I
price to be fair,
don't know,
isn't it?
Joe, I know you'll probably disagree with me, but I don't know if he would have won, but he definitely would have got close to him if he jumped the last.
It would
Definitely
well
would have
look,
got.
it wouldn't have been an 18 length romp, would
No,
it? Like
definitely
that
not. I
was
just think
so.
33s is massive. It's a race that falls apart year after year.
Hmm.
Madge was towards the top of the market. You couldn't trust him, could you? You'd have to
No,
see him again.
definitely not. Definitely not.
I don't know if I'll have the cojones to be backing him at Leopardstown over Christmas. I think I'd watch, but he should win that. But yeah. Apart from that, that's who I'm on at the moment. I did put a tweet up a few months ago saying I think Sergino 72 for the champion chase might be the worst price in Cheltenham Festival history.
So
However, however,
might be quite a good price.
it might be quite a good price for the champion hurdle.
Yeah, yeah,
I
absolutely.
think
Yeah.
like look, the Christmas hurdle at Kempton, Constitution Hill's not going, New Line's not going. If he does turn up, well, who's he going to get beat by? It'll be a short
Yeah.
price on the day, and if he does win easy, it'll be a really short price. Say him and Lossiemouth both win over Christmas. I know people this side of the water are just going to latch on to Sergino. What are they going to be? 15 to 8, 7 to 4?
Oh,
A
shorter,
pair of
shorter than
them?
that. If Sergino wins at Christmas, he's 6-4, 5-4.
Yeah. So I think seven. Oh, no, I would say I would wait until he's declared because I
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
make sure he's declared and they're definitely planning on running him over Christmas.
yeah.
But
Sure,
if I
sure.
see him in final decks, I think 4-1's a pretty fair price.
Yeah, yeah. I agree. And
But
I
what happens when brighter days ahead beats last him out of
Oh
Christmas?
yeah,
well
yeah.
that then
You're gonna
Sergino
be
will
four
go
to
odds
six.
on. Sergino will go odds on. But it could be a nice open division though, couldn't it? What do you think of the new Lion, Ollie?
Oh, I was left on it with egg on my face last year because I said there's no way he wins that Turners against
You and me
final
both,
five.
mate. You and me both.
And I'm going to double
That's
down
because
this
you
year.
don't
I
listen to
still
me.
don't think he's a two miler. I
I had the
still
yellow
don't
clay
think.
second year, didn't I? I was like, let's go at the straight. Come on, come on.
But yeah, I think I'm going to double down this year. I just still don't think he's a 2 miler.
I agree.
Mind you, I was thinking the other day he might just win a champion hurdle just by default because there's a plan that there's nothing in there to beat.
Mm.
But I mean, I very nearly backed him just before he got injured. But there was a time when New Line was about 3-1, and State Man was 6-1.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
that would have been, I mean, glad I didn't back him in the end. But
Are you a book builder, Ollie, or are you more of like select few and lump?
I'll just select a few as the year goes on. I will try and build a little bit of a book, but not this early on. You got to get Christmas and DRF out of the way, and then you can really
Yeah,
start piling these selections. I'm very try to be tentative at this
good
time of
man.
year. That's learned from doing it wrong
Yeah,
in,
absolutely. Of course, of
in the
course.
past, where
No, but it's
you
true.
end
It's
up sitting
true.
on a lot of losing slips before anything's ran. So I'll just try and take it a little bit easy till at least after Christmas. Then I'll start ramping it up a little bit.
Yeah, you've got to manage it well because you don't want to get, there's so many people that will do back every horse and then it gets to chart and they have a winner and they've covered their stake from what they've laid out
Yeah,
in the race. And they're cheering like it's a good thing. But if you want to
yeah,
make genuine
yeah.
money, you've got to have a bit of discipline. You really, really do. We all have winners, we all have losers. But if you can't be disciplined with your staking plan and things like that, it's just pointless
No, yeah,
game
definitely not.
to
One,
game to be
one
in.
as well. I will mention we saw last
Yeah,
weekend. I know you boys, I think have talked about it, but Old Park Star was
yeah.
unbelievable. I think. And Jamie, I know you're on My Daddy Paddy at a bit of a price, but if you look through the form of both of them, My Daddy Paddy's fives and Old Park Stars, I think it's about 14s.
Mm.
No,
And the
I
form,
put
I
Old
think,
Pax there because he's won 2 miles one on the new track. I put
yeah,
him in the Turners and
yeah,
put Active Innocence Age of Active Innocence in
in the
the Supreme.
Supreme. Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, you are probably right. But
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure. I think the other way around. I reckon a bit of
Well, they're
thinking
going to
from
be
them.
split, and I hope we're
yeah,
right. I
Yeah.
think they're really two really good horses.
oh yeah,
They
really good.
really
Yeah,
are.
I think Old Park Star's quick. It just looked quicker to me. I think he's the 2 mile. I think because they'd had Innocence go on and win the race.
Well, no, he's not a 2 miler. Leave Bank Daddy Petty alone.
No, sure, but I mean, but Hendo had been thinking, oh well, there you go. Here's my Supreme horse because I haven't got one. He's oh, I've got a Supreme horse all of a sudden.
I
And I think now Old Park Star. I think with a bit of thinking and just the way he gallops.
I think Active Innocence will go to Kempton maybe St. Stephen's Day Boxing
Mm.
Day. And
They're really nice, aren't they? The
stay away
pairing.
from the
really nice.
form B and see if he has a kick like Old
Yeah, that's
Baxter.
true. That's true.
Yeah, like that jump, and then after the back of the last from Old Park Star was just like,
Loved
wow, that
that.
was
Like,
really, really
yeah,
impressive. And the form got franked again today, didn't it? That on Sons of La Vida, Twiston
the
Davis,
Yeah,
twister.
yeah,
who
Yeah.
we beat at Kempton,
Mm.
won easy
yeah.
today,
He's
didn't
a
he?
good horse.
And
He's a good horse.
when you see these novices like wing the last hurdles as well, but then you see the horses in behind them that are tiring, struggling to get their feet up, you just think, well, this horse is miles ahead of you lot,
Yeah.
and if they're
Yeah,
pushing
yeah.
him, he can probably go even further. Gold Cup, Ollie?
I haven't had a bet in it yet, and I don't
No.
think I will for a while. I don't know. I know you like Gaelic Warrior, Jamie. I don't. Was he
Gaelic
that eight
Warrior.
to one? I don't know. He's just so he can be a monster, but he can throw in the odd stinker, can't he?
But I won't mind if he loses to King George. He'll win the Gold Cup then.
Well, Jamie, I was going to ask you. I was going to ask Liam as well because obviously you're on Gaelic and Django respectively. With the news of Factor File, does that give you
Nah,
any
no, 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 no.
any worry?
I wouldn't be factified in the battle at Kempton down the stretch there, the second last. He is a good horse, but that Browns race, it was a crawl when he beat Monty
Yeah,
Star that year. They've
Mm.
crawled around for the first mile and a
yeah.
half,
I just don't
and that's
think.
the only reason he stayed.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I
think
don't know. I think you're quite like Kempton. I
Oh, he
quite
like
like.
Kempton. I totally
Yeah,
agree with you there, but it's just down the stretch.
you've got to
Bambridge
you've
caught
got
France last year. Would you be worried about factifying a battle
you've
down
got
the
to
stretch to the
remember as
King George?
well. You've got to remember as well at Leopardstown when Gallopan won at the DRF last year.
Mm,
They rode Factor File to stay, and he got outstayed over 3 miles
yeah,
by Grange Clare West. You can't take that as a positive
yeah,
when you've got the likes
no,
of speed horses with Django that are going to be coming
yeah.
up his backside. I
yeah,
think they've tried him over 3 miles and realised he doesn't stay, so he's not going to the Gold Cup
But
Factor
it's a great
File.
race. It's
They
going to
know
be a
he's
great
not.
race.
They know he's not a 2 miler as well, so he is all day a Ryanair horse, out and out. They're not going to
Oh,
take
sure,
the
he's pen ticket
Oh,
for the Ryanair.
he's a good thing for
the
Ryan.
best horse in the
Yeah,
division. You don't take him out and then try and win it with
yeah.
a horse like
No,
Madge, and then like that's just
He's
ridiculous.
like he's
All these
another
people.
Allo, like he's another
Yeah,
Allo.
yeah,
absolutely.
yeah,
All these people saying that Madge's going to be their Ryan Ellis
No,
and Fats
no, no.
File, absolute nonsense. Like, where's the logic in that? It just doesn't make sense, does it?
he'll win he could easily you could see a world where he wins a Ryanair year after year until he don't want him anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. That's the thing. Nothing's come into this season that looks like they're better than Fact File over that trip. Bar potentially Gaelic Warrior, but we know Gaelic Warrior is likely now to be going for the Gold Cup. So
Yeah,
who else is there to beat him? It feels unlikely to me. I mean, it really, really does. Anyway, who does win the King George then, Ollie? What have we got you?
I'll tell you, when the news came out yesterday, that Fact File might be going. I did take a little bit of the 7-2
Did
that
you?
was offered
Yeah.
at home, so
I
I
wish
will
I.
have I've had a little go on that, but apart from that, I don't know. It is difficult. You know, Gaelic's obviously got a great chance. Fact File will have a chance. I mean, outside those two, you look at the John Durkin, you think they're just in that race, they were miles ahead of anything else. And I
Yeah.
think you could easily see a world at Kempton when they're jumping the last together
Yeah.
and all
Yeah.
the others are beaten outside. Maybe Django would be the one as well to have a little bit of a chance, but
Hmm.
I think against the two really horses personally.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. Any left for the jukebox man in the race?
Yeah, do you know what? I put up quite a while ago when he came back from injury. I thought, oh, do you know what? 16 to 1 is a great
Yeah.
price.
Good value.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
because of his injuries and stuff, I didn't back it. And now I am kicking myself a bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
again, like 16 to 1 would be a nice price to be at. But what is he now? 5 to 1 or something
Yeah. He's
like
short
that?
now, isn't he?
I would not go
Yeah.
near him at that price. Wouldn't go
Yeah.
near him. He, like Gaelic and Factor File and Django, I think that's a different level.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. And again, like we mentioned Aroko earlier, he only beat him by 2.5 lengths, and we're thinking, wow, brilliant performance, and it was.
Mm.
But you'd imagine that Django could do that to Aroko. You'd
Oh
imagine
yeah.
Faxfile and Gaelic could do that to
Oh
Aroko
yeah,
as well, wouldn't
definitely.
you?
But I was at Kempton last Boxing Day and in the quarter star, he was amazing around there. But again, you look back to the form of that, it's he's beaten high level handicappers with Highland in
Yeah,
behind stuff
yeah.
like that. So it's not proper grade one form, is it?
No, no,
Compared
not
to,
yet. No, he's still got to prove it, doesn't he?
yeah,
At least we
yeah,
know he likes Kempton, I suppose, as a
yeah,
positive.
yeah, yeah.
Last one then, Ollie Arkle.
Oh, Kopek the boards
Yeah, all over
wins
Copic.
by how far he likes to.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's a good thing. I love
Not a
him.
fan, not a fan of Lulamba, or just don't think he's quite
I
as
think
big.
he's a very good horse. Jamie, I obviously listened to the show a couple of weeks ago, and I'm exactly in the same boat as you. He's not a two miler.
Oh,
He's
do you think
and
Torsman?
he is more.
He's
If you look,
Shishkin.
I know it's the same colours. Yeah, like you say, I know it's the same colours, but people think he's a Sergino, but he's not. He's a Shishkin.
Yeah,
He's Shishkin 2.0.
yeah.
The further up in trip he
Three,
goes,
three
better.
point 3.0, Django's 2.0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The further he goes up in trip, the better. And I know
Oh
he
yeah.
was
I
only a
like if they give
5-year-old.
me a price next year for the King George, I'm going to
Oh
back
yeah,
him, and I'm going to keep backing him.
yeah. I
We
think yeah.
we were saying as well, Ollie, at the beginning of the season, because I've been the same. I haven't been a fan of Lulamba at all, and I said it last year. I've been his biggest hater. But
No, neither was I.
that win last time out, I must admit, did wake me up and go. That's what I needed to see for me to feel like he's an Arkle horse. But he's not as big, as strong as Kopech. He's a year younger. It's like find it hard to find the balance.
Yeah.
I still think Romeo's being a little bit overlooked. But
Oh,
what a,
he's another one that needs to go up in trip as well. And I think
yeah,
they will run him.
probably.
I think they will run him in the Arkle, but again, in time,
Yeah,
he's easily going to get 3 miles, isn't he?
yeah,
The
definitely.
thing about Lalamba, I thought he was way too short to Sandown, and I was against him just based off like the Triumph form,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
last
sure, sure.
season. I think the problem with that form is the year before we had the likes of Madra, Cargies, and that was an exceptional year for juveniles. And I think everyone just thought, well, this is going to be like this every year.
Sure, sure.
Then you look at that, like that crop of juveniles with East India Dock and Ponyross. Still don't know how he won that day, but that's that's very, very like it's nowhere near as good, is it? So, but mind you, again, in time, that you could see Lalamba stepping up in
Yeah.
trip.
But they were quite bunched, weren't they, at the finish as well at Cheltenham? It wasn't like
Yeah,
he blew them like Majborough
yeah,
beat
yeah,
Cargazzi by 3-4 lengths and
yeah. If they ran that
the
race
year
again,
before.
you could have a different top 1, 2, 3, 4, couldn't
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
Easily.
And even you had the spring juvenile winner, Hello Neighbour. He hasn't turned
Yeah.
out to be much cop. He wasn't that far behind either, really. So
No,
it's looking a little
no.
bit weak
But I
now.
mean, over fences so far, like I wasn't blown away with him at Exeter, but and even at the start at Sandown, like the first mile, you think, oh God, could he be in trouble? But jumping the second last, it was
Yeah,
over.
that debut run, it was such a slow pace.
Yeah,
Like I said to Jamie, I said we just learned nothing there. I said we've learned absolutely
no,
nothing. We know he's decent, but how good? But he needed that race last time out, and I thought his jump was a little bit ropey. Then he tidied it up, but when he got to the last, he bucked.
oh yeah, yeah.
It's like
Oh,
he did a scissor
he is
kick over the last.
he's a proper horse. He's a proper
Yeah,
horse. He will get better and better. And as you say, it's only a 5-year-old. He's going to improve and
yeah.
improve the older he gets. And yeah, the more as he gets older and they go up in trip, he's going to be
Mm.
some horse.
I've had a U-turn with him. I think he's going to have a good chance now. But again, what a
Yeah.
race we've got! Like seriously, I can't wait. I really hope they all
No,
turn.
yeah, no, it'd be a good run.
Right. That's it for this episode. Big thank you to Ollie. As we said, Ollie Gedge Racing over on Twitter. I will put the link in the description below. Me and Jamie are going to be back as well. We have our 10 Trixies of Christmas to record. The Lucky 15, Alexei, Honesty Policy, Firefox, Jackie Hobbs, and that's pretty much it for the average racing. We're going to be back obviously at Christmas with all of the good stuff. We've got our preview for the Christmas racing next week. Looking forward to getting that. And Ollie, we'll get you on again before Cheltenham. We'll get you on for
Yeah,
an actual
sounds good,
Cheltenham
mate.
episode, and then we
Yeah.
can just have a rant about Cheltenham. 'Cause they're different the weekend previews and
Oh yeah, and there'll be a lot more to talk about the other side of Christmas and New Year, won't there?
yeah.
We
Well, look,
should have some more answers.
we'll get you on then in January. We'll stay in touch because we really enjoyed having you on there today. James, thanks as always, mate.
Talk to you in a while.
Thanks everyone
Thanks,
at
Ollie.
home.
Cheers, mate.
Take care, lad.
Thank
Please
you.
like and subscribe. It really helps out. Completely free for you, but it just helps out me and the lads. The subscribers are growing. We've got all sorts of stable tours on the channel as well. Get stuck in. Have a good bet this weekend and enjoy yourselves. Thanks everyone to tune in. See you all real soon.